So you just signed up for Uber Eats and you can start making money using your phone in your car. That's pretty awesome, right? Well, there are actually 5 things that you should be doing as a new Uber Eats driver that can help you maximize your earnings and also reduce your expenses. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. What's up, everyone? This is Elijah with the App Lifestyle, the place where the world is literally in the palm of your hands. And in this video, we're going to be getting back to somewhat of the foundation of Uber Eats, because I do share more advanced strategies when it comes to Uber Eats on this channel, but we do need to make some content for the beginners too. So we're going to be sharing 5 things that every new Uber Eats driver should be doing to make things a lot smoother, a lot easier, and of course, help you make money or save money in some situations. So the first one is to change your default navigation to Waze. So when you first sign up for Uber, assuming that you're signing up just for Uber Eats, you're gonna have the standard just Uber navigation wired in there. I guarantee you don't want to use that. Now, if you're coming from rideshare, there's a chance you may already have switched to something else. But regardless of what you're using right now, you want to use Waze because it allows you to make your own individual hotspots, which come heavily into play when it comes to making money on Uber Eats, or we could just go ahead and say these delivery apps in general. Now, if you want to know how to change your navigation, you want to check this video out where I give a tutorial on how you change your navigation. And check this video out on the Uber Eats driver course that I made, where I specifically talk about how you can use Waze to make more money. The second thing you should do ASAP is to add Instant Pay to your account. So Instant Pay is the ability to cash out your earnings up to 5 times a day on a debit card of your choice. When you sign up, your payments are going to automatically go to whatever bank account that you've linked. That's cool and all, and overall, I still do preach that you shouldn't use this cash out function like a lot, but hey, sometimes you just need the funds that day. So you want to update that information and choose which debit card you want your funds to go to. For details on how to add an Instant Pay option, you can check this video out. The third thing that you need to do as an Uber Eats driver is to become familiar with gas saving apps. This comes in the form of 2 ways pretty much. There are apps that's going to help you find the best gas stations that will give you the best rates, and there are apps that will help you get cash back, which in turn is kind of a way of getting a discount on your gas. Now, I recommend that you use both, but the 2 most popular apps in the gig economy is going to be Gas Buddy for evaluating gas stations and finding which ones have the best deals, and then Get Upside to actually get some cash back from the gas stations. Now, you can look out and find a gas station on Gas Buddy that has a good rate, and then use Get Upside to get the cash back there while you're in the process. But it may not work out that way. You may not be able to use both to your advantage. So if you do the math and you find that even though Get Upside gives you cash back here, Gas Buddy is saying this has a cheaper rate overall, you could go with that. Or you can go ahead and go with Get Upside and get the cash back. I mean, it's really up to you, but you want to have both options at your disposal. So I would download those 2 apps ASAP and use them. If you want more tutorials on how to use the Get Upside app, you can check this video out that will be linked in the description and also the pinned comment. The fourth thing new Uber Eats drivers should do is to create or use what I call text templates. So you're going to bump into scenarios where you won't have all the information from your customers. They forgot to add the apartment number, or they're in the gated community and they didn't put the gate code. And I have standard saved text messages in my phone for every single scenario. So the moment I see that they're in an area which I know is a gated community, if I don't see a gate code, they're getting a message saying, hey, this is Elijah with Uber Eats. I see you're in an apartment. Is there a gate code I'm going to need? Now, truth be told, I have templates that request all the information you could ever need. The 3 things that you really need to know is the name of the apartments they're staying in, obviously the apartment number, and also the gate code. Now, I ask for all 3 if I'm missing anything, because it never hurts to have all 3, particularly the name of the apartments. That's very underrated. You can be searching, because these apartments are usually gathered around a bunch of apartment complexes. Why not just make it easier by having the name of the apartments? So you want to create these templates and just keep them stored like in your notes section in your phone. You can create them yourself, or you can download the PDF that's linked in the description or the pinned comment that I've created for you. Just copy and paste. You can insert your name if you want to or not, but you'll have those on standby if you should need them, because having to call the customer and then wait for them to give their information, or getting there and then having to text, it just wastes time. And in this industry, time is money. And the fifth thing that all new Uber Eats drivers should do is to keep track of your expenses. So there's a finesse period for new drivers where they're just kind of like blown away that they can just make money from their phone and using their car in a very convenient manner. That's all fine and dandy, but they tend to not track their expenses, and that can bite you in the butt when it comes to tax time, because you didn't track your expenses and you're probably giving Uncle Sam more money than you should. Plus, you need to know if there's any money slipping through the cracks. Like, are you eating out every single time that you do a full-time day? Maybe that's not the best thing to do. Maybe you should do a little meal prepping. So be sure to track your expenses when you start this new business. I want y'all to think of this as a new business, because essentially that's what it is. If you want help doing this, I've created a spreadsheet specifically for Uber Eats drivers on how to track their expenses. All you got to do is input the information and they'll track it for you. And it also gives you a good idea of how much you should be saving and investing if you're into that kind of thing, which you should be, because I want to assume that everyone watching this video wants to be financially successful. And I know I said I have 5 tips for you, but I got a bonus one. So the 6th tip is to download the Stride app or some kind of other mileage tracking app, because your biggest tax deduction at the end of the year most likely is going to be your mileage, assuming you go with the standard mileage deduction. Now, if that's foreign language to you, you can check out the interview I've done with enrolled agent Kamari Elias, who's a tax professional, and he breaks down the difference between standard mileage deduction and the actual expense method. But in most cases, for Uber Eats drivers, that mileage is going to give you the biggest deduction, so you're probably going to roll with that. But what if you didn't track it? Well, then you'll be forced to use the mileage that Uber tracks, and they don't track all the mileage that you can deduct. So track your own mileage. You can use the Stride app or something else if you want, but whatever you use, just make sure you track the mileage. Huge help when it comes to tax time. With that being said, that concludes this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And the resources that I mentioned in this video, all of them are going to be linked in the description and the pinned comment. This has been Elijah with the App Lifestyle. Be safe, be profitable, and I'll catch you next time.